I'll be glad when this transfer window's done because we can get back onto normal conversations again. Roll the titles. It wasn't that long ago when me included with many West Ham fans thought that things were about to get really bad at West Ham. We were facing a month without our talisman, our flamboyant, our fantastic Ghanaian international Mo Kudus, as he was away with the Ghana in the AFCONs. Jared Bowen picked up a knock against Bristol City. Paquetá picked up a knock against Bristol City. Naif Aguerd disappeared off to the AFCONs as well with Morocco. Alvarez picked up a little bit of a knock. And then at that point, you just thought, what is going on and how are West Ham going to survive over the coming weeks and months? I suppose what you could say is, if anything was going to go wrong, the timing of it going wrong couldn't have been any better for West Ham. Now, frustrations are there because you want to build upon the squad. You want to freshen up the squad as much as you possibly can. We haven't done it dramatically yet. We've brought in Calvin Phillips, who's a great addition to the squad. And you really couldn't see wood amongst the trees. You couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. You couldn't see where West Ham were going to progress with such a lack of depth in our squad. And that's why I am bringing you this video today, because there is a huge boost for West Ham ahead of the game against Bournemouth and ahead of the coming games coming up against Manchester United and Arsenal, respectively. So let's get first into it. Aguerd will be coming home from the AFCON. Unfortunately for him and his country, Morocco, they did get beat in the round of 16 by South Africa yesterday evening. They finished their group stage campaign with 7 points from 3 matches, but could not reach the last 8 despite a decent performance against South Africa. And also, what didn't help the matter is Aguerd actually did give away one of the errors that led to the goals as well. That was Aguerd's 43rd international appearance that saw South Africa progress through to the quarterfinals at the expense of Morocco. So, as much as I am sorry for that situation for your country, I am selfishly happy that you will be coming back to West Ham because we need to sort out our defence. And I think Aguerd is one of those players, in my humble opinion, that can help that process. Having as many fit players as you possibly can in that defence will be massively, massively key for West Ham. So, Aguerd will be back. Whether or not he'll be back in time for Sunday, I think he would. This will be out Wednesday morning. So we've got a flight back today. He's been playing. He's fit. He's ready to rock and roll. He should be available for the game on Sunday. A little bit of jet lag, but I can't see that happening. So fingers crossed he will be back and raring to go, I should say. Alvarez obviously picked up a knock, missed a few games. We missed him dramatically. Oh my word, we missed him. That engine in the middle of the park, and it's exciting to see him back. We know he's back because we've seen images of him tackling his new compadre in the middle of the park, Calvin Phillips. And I'm not Holly, I'm Anton, so excuse the name change there, but I am buzzing that he will be back and buzzing that he is in and around West Ham again as well. We've massively missed him. No El Machine, and sometimes you find that there's a bit of a problem in that midfield. So he is one of the other players that is back. This week, we did see Mo Kudus head out of the African Cup of Nations, and we've seen images of him back in London and back rearing to go for West Ham. So again, apologies to him and his country and his nation for not making it through the rounds. They did not play well. I think Mo Kudus was by far their standout player, but selfishly, again, coming on to West Ham, this is massive. This is huge that he is back and will make a big difference in our attack. Him and Bowen will definitely give us a massive boost ahead of the Bournemouth game. But last but not least is this man. Now, there is still no deadline in terms of when we expect him to be back, but despite hearing murmurs here, there, and everywhere, we're led to believe that he could be closer than what we anticipated. His wife has given away a lot of information online, on social media, on Instagram. Now, what we've been led to believe, especially from Clarence Hugh, is that they've heard that he hasn't been training this week and is more likely to make an appearance potentially against Manchester United, or potentially or probably Arsenal the following weekend. Now, a big miss for West Ham, but considering I've just spoke to you about 3 or 4 other players that can come back into the setup, it makes what we felt like was a moment of craziness in terms of our injury records and the problems we were about to encounter flip on its head, completely flip on its head. That does not mean I don't want us to strengthen. We need to strengthen. We need to bring in cover where necessary. However, the trajectory of these players being back for West Ham is positive and is looking good and coming at the right time, at the right end of the season, where we need to go now and push on. In no time, we'll be finding out who our Europa League final 16 opponents will be. And we're 6th in the Premier League ahead of the Bournemouth game. What a good chance again to try and bridge that gap between us and the top, like close that gap between us and the top 5, and open that gap between us and the teams below us as well. And these are the sort of players that are key. So there you go. Huge, massive boost for West Ham ahead of the Bournemouth game. What do you think? Put it in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. Jared Bowen back. Mo Kudus back. Aguerd could be back as long as he gets back in time and doesn't suffer from any jet lag. Alvarez is back. Calvin Phillips will be available. He's been training all week with West Ham as well. So we will have some options, but it's going to be interesting, isn't it? Because we've got the transfer window. We've got a day to go. And as things stand, according to rumours, we've got a mass exodus heading out the door. I don't believe it for a second, but I could possibly see 2 of the players going out, hopefully with one coming in the other way. Leave your comments. Hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. If you're interested in becoming a channel member, click that one. There's a bell notification. Hit that bell notification if you're interested in our content. That will notify you when all of our content does go live. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Anton. Come on, you irons.